Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to another City of Newcastle episode. As you can tell, you can't hear what I'm saying on screen right now. I'm not saying the same thing. My microphone has gone a bit dodgy, so I'm voicing over the whole episode today. I'm sure we're really happy about that. I'm going to be talking over what exactly I'm doing. So right now, I'm showing you my new LEDs, showing you all the colours that I can use. And just about now, I'm telling you that these lights that I'm using are actually the City of Newcastle colours. So, yeah. I just want to quickly say I'm really sorry that I have to do this. I know this isn't the way that you want to enjoy the video, especially first episode in a new division. It's not ideal, but it just made sense to do this rather than record different games. But yeah, so right now I'm looking at the pre-season that we had. So we started off very easy, not very easy, quite the opposite. Some very tough games against professional teams. Middle of the road, we kind of went a bit easier, started to get, got some good results. We had a game against Gateshead, which I'm showing you right now. 2-1 defeat. They're a bitter rival of ours. And, we played quite well. A 2-1 defeat. It's not too bad. Blythe Spartans again, 2-2. It's a very good result. A 1-0 against Bolton in League One. It's a very good result. I'm very happy with that. And then Chester in the Vanarama North was a 3-0 victory. So I'm very happy with that. I cannot complain at that whatsoever. Hopefully, well, we got our first game against Hereford, and Hereford are a team that I'm sure everyone knows. Everyone's aware of Hereford. They're a team that everyone in the FM community seems to be aware of. A relatively new team, I think. So yeah, we got them first. But right now we're having a look at the ins and the outs. So I'm showing you the players that have left. Most importantly, I think Luke Chadwick's one that we kind of saw having a future with us. Just there, I was just sorting out my skin colours because the stream save with Tommy, the network save that I'm doing, I have to change the colours of the skin to make sure that I've got the right attribute levels. We're looking at Jamie Chisholm now, who was a first team player, but his mentals just weren't quite there, and we kind of needed to bring someone in with some better mentals. But yeah, so the players that we've brought in, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to show you the ones that I've paid actual money for, and then the free ones I'll show you as they play. Otherwise, this video could be very, very long. I'm just showing you loads of free players that might not get a chance to play. Well, I think I'm going to show you Boyson, I think it is now. I might do that any second now. I don't really know what I'm talking about. Okay, so here he is. This is Simon Boyson. He's one of the players that I actually spent money on, and I can tell you right now it's a player that I regret spending that money on. I didn't have a full scout report on him, but what I could see looked quite promising, so I thought I'd gamble and spend some money on him. He's not bad as a backup. The 10 tackling's not horrific. But he's not going to be a first-team player. But moving on, Harry Vince now is quite the opposite. He is a player that is definitely going to be in the first team. I think you can see with his technicals there, very, very strong. And his mentals as well, also very good. Technicals aren't bad either. I'm looking at his teamwork, his work rate, his determination, his technique, his passing. I'm going through them as I'm kind of pointing at them. He's going to be playing as a deep line playmaker, and I can tell you now. Actually, I don't tell you this at the time, but he is going to be playing in the first team in this first game. I think he can be a very good player for us, and he's got potential to grow as well. This is the team that we're going with. We've got Eastham in goal. Heroics in the playoffs, probably the player that made sure that we actually made it through the first round of the playoffs, so we're happy with him. Dan Robertson's the next one to come in. He's a kind of a new signing. He played one game last year and didn't play very well, but he's a player that has got some quality, so we really want to give him a chance, and that is exactly what we're going to do. So hopefully he can do what we expect him to do. His stats aren't awful. They're not. There's nothing really stand out about him, but he's solid. But moving on now to Lewis Ritson, is again quite the opposite of Robinson. He's a very good player with some very good attributes. Came from Whitby at the same level that we're actually in right now. Yeah, he's a player that's actually played at a high level for Hull. I didn't see there actually whether he played regularly. But yeah, centre back we've got Lucas Gamblin, of course, 15 tackling as I'm showing you right there. And then, his mentals are okay. Again, nothing stand out, but nothing absolutely awful. Moving on to left back, we've got Joe West, a player who has recently been brought in, and I think you'll understand why I'm quite happy about him. He's very solid. He's got some really good attributes. His tackling's really good. His corners, his crossing's very good. He can even take some set pieces with free kicks. Passing's not bad either for a left back at this level, so we're very happy with him. Moving forward, we've got John Routledge. We know I love my 30-year plus ball-winning midfielders, and we've got another one, John Routledge. But I mean, you have a look at him. He's a very good player, and I think you can understand why exactly I've brought him in. Obviously, we've seen Harry Vince already, player that I showed you before. He is playing as a deep line playmaker, and you can understand why. He's very solid. But moving to the left wing, he's one of our own. It's Paul Miller. I mean, I'm so excited to have him. He's been wanted recently. I'm going to try and offer him a new contract there, but he's not interested. He wants to play at a high level. He's no longer wanted. I'm just showing you there that he is actually Vanarama North-South level right now, with potential to get better. So he's playing at a division above what we are. Yeah, moving on from Paul Miller, we've got Rio Dyer, another star of the playoffs, played very well for us. Obviously, as we can see there, his passing's not very good, but everything else is very solid. Starting up top, Moses is going to be starting for us, continuing his prolific goal-scoring season that we had last year. And alongside him, he's going to be new signing Levi Welsh. Again, you look at him, there's nothing incredibly standout, I don't think. Heading's very good. He's not too slow with his acceleration. But, I think he's solid. He'll do quite a good job for us this season. Going through the substitutes now, it's another new signing. It's James Burford, who I think is very solid as a backup for centre-back. I'm showing you there that he can play, apparently, attacking midfield and left wing, but that is not what we're going to be doing. He's a very solid centre-back. We've got Joel Green that I just showed you. Well, I didn't show you him. I hovered over him. Adam Steele is another kind of new signing who can definitely come in if Robinson's not performing too well. We've got Ollie Hammond still here. Joe Robson now, another new signing who can play as a midfielder, defensive midfielder, or a centre-back, so he's versatile. Eric, the 16-year-old Serb, is still in. I can't offer him a new contract like I tried because he's not old enough. And then Finley Clift is still at the club. I think it's a bit harsh that I haven't started him, to be honest, after how well he did in the playoffs. But he's still about. He's still at the club, and I can tell you he will get some chances this season. It says there in the scout summary that he is an emergency backup, and I don't think it's an emergency backup. I think, yeah, he's just a backup. But yeah, now I'm looking at the predicted finishes for the season, and we are predicted to finish at the top. And finishing at the top, as I'm about to show you, gets us to the Vanarama North. And I hope it is the Vanarama North, because right now, I am actually saying this in the video that you can't hear. We are playing in the Southern Premier Central Division, which is obviously not where we are. We are based in Newcastle, which is far up north. So we're travelling very far for away games, which I believe is where we are. We're away at Hereford in the first game, so we've had to travel quite far to get here. So I feel like when we are going away, the teams that we're going to are easily the favourites because of all the travel time that we've had. But then at the same time, when teams come to us, I feel like we are heavily favourites. So I think that plays in our favour more than it does theirs. So hopefully that does pan out. I'm now showing you the expectations of the board because obviously we were predicted there, I showed you, to finish top. But all the board want is for us to finish top. And now, because I couldn't have done this in the video because it's only just happened to me, after this game, I checked, and we are now only predicted to finish second, and Kettering are predicted to finish first. So it's very close at the top. So I am actually saying in the video, the club vision is to finish in the playoffs, and that is absolutely what I want us to do and what I'm hoping for. Telling the boys to go out and impress me and giving them lots of showing them the faith that I have in them. And I'm just saying right now that I really hope we can kick on this season and not continue doing what we do. It seems to be every year, which is to have a really bad start and then kick on. We had a throw in there, which led to nothing, and Cooper, in the future soon, you'll see that he does get a nickname. Yeah, so Hereford are on the ball now. Now I'm kind of turning into a post-commentary YouTuber, which I didn't expect to happen. Sam O'Halloran manages to get a goal after the ball is played out to the right, he plays a really good ball into O'Halloran, and yeah, he does a good job to finish it just away from the keeper. There was nothing really that he could have done with it. Defenders probably should have closed him down a bit further. As you can tell by the look on my face, I'm not too happy with what's going on. We've just come into this division, told we're going to finish top, and we don't do very well with it. There was a loose pass backwards there, and Moses is on the ball. And what can he do with it? He plays it to Dyer, who plays it to Welsh. I'm sorry, I'm trying to watch the game on such a small screen. It's really difficult to see exactly what the screen says. And when it's new players, I should remember that his name is Welsh. But I've only played 2 games with him. One game off stream, which I'm not going to tell you the off stream, off camera, off video. Yeah, so I will learn his name and remember it that it's Welsh and not Walsh. But yeah, so it's 1-1. It's a really good finish, as I'm rambling on. Right on the right has it now, and West puts in a ridiculously good tackle. And what I'm saying right now is if you look in the book, you'll see that great tackles have to be penalties. So Hartvig steps up and Connor Eastham continues his heroics from the playoffs and manages to save the penalty, which, as you can see on the screen, I am very happy with that. And I don't think you can blame me. It's a really good save. It wasn't a bad penalty, to be fair, which makes the save even better. And all that action has happened in the first 20 minutes. Now I think we've gone balanced because Hereford are getting more chances. We've demanded more from the boys because they're not really doing too much. And Cooper managed to punch it away. I think right here is where I say I keep calling him Keeper rather than Cooper, which is where a nickname is going to come soon. Ball has played really well through to Welsh, and Cooper does get a save on it to give us the corner. And Paul Miller is now going to take the corner, and it is headed away. Nothing comes of it. I'm pretty sure this is where that highlight ends, and it is. We go straight into another highlight for Hereford. And I was really worried at this point that we were going to concede another penalty. But Paul Miller picks up the ball, runs down the line, and Cooper manages to make another really good save. And this is where I called him Keeper again rather than Cooper. So I go over and I call him Cooper the Keeper. Maybe he's someone that we'll try and bring in at some point. I don't know. Yeah, so we've got our first nickname in the save. And it's not even one of our players. But yeah, so we get back to this corner with Miller, and I can tell you that absolutely nothing happens. It gets cleared away, and that's kind of the end of it. And that is half time. 1-1, first half of the first game of the season. I'll be honest, at this point, I was very happy with that. Not too disappointed whatsoever. Hereford, I feel like at this level, if there's a team that you've heard of, you know that they are a good team. So I'm looking at Hereford, Kettering, that kind of team. You know that they're a good team at this level if you've heard of them, like I said. So to be 1-1 at this point and in the first game of the season, I was very happy with it. I think I've gone back positive now because I feel like we've gotten back into the game. And almost instantly after that, Hereford have the ball going forward. But the ball is won back. I think that was by Miller. and cleared up the pitch. But nothing comes of it for us. Ball into the box, and I think it was O'Halloran shoots wide, and nothing happens there. I've paused once again to make some substitutes because Moses really wasn't doing it. Debating who to bring on, whether to move Miller up there or whether to... The problem that I have is that there's no option on the left wing to replace Miller if Miller goes up front. So I brought on Finley Clift, and then I've also brought on Robson as well to go in the midfield as a ball-winning midfielder. Yeah, the boys that were on beforehand weren't doing too well, so it just made sense to make that change. For the last minute of the game, we go attacking to see if we can grab a last-minute goal. It wasn't to be, so it's a 1-1 draw away from home in the first game of the season. And like I said, with the travelling, I'm not too disappointed with that whatsoever. I think Hereford are a good team, and they are predicted to finish around the playoffs, I think. And at this level, every team is very similar ability, so even when we're predicted to finish like 4 or 5 places apart, we're still very, very close in ability. I've told the boys that they were unlucky because there wasn't really any other option that kind of fit what I wanted to say. Because they weren't bad, they weren't good. But what I wanted to say, as you'll see me do the sign, is, yeah, that was okay. That was fine. It's just, that was okay. But looking at the table now, you know, almost slap bang in the middle. There's 21 teams in this division, which is really strange. So one team actually have had the week off. But one thing I do point out is that there's so many draws in this first game, which really boosted my optimism, really. Only 5 teams in the division managed to get a win or a loss. Everyone else drew against their teams. So I don't think that's a bad first game of the season whatsoever. But yeah, this is the end of the episode. I am honestly so sorry that this is how I had to do it. I really wish that I could have found some other way to do it. I could have just recorded a whole new episode, but I really wanted to show this game and show all the signings before they'd been played. But yeah, I hope you have enjoyed. Do leave a like and subscribe if you are new. And until next time, I'll see you later.